This is a brief illustration of the full MIG-FX iteration cycle using our sample bank migration project. From realizing an issue in the MIG-FX tracker, correct the issue in the mapping using the studio, generate code with the engine, manual implementation of rules if necessary, deployment and execution of the new code on the affected business objects using the director, and finally surfacing the results in the tracker. The tracker shows one event, I0001, signalling that the segment of a large number of customers do not exist in the target bank. The next step is to jump to the studio and have a look at the mapping. Doing a cross-reference on the event I0001 makes it easy to locate from where this event is fired. A double click on the reference takes me directly to the exact location. We can see that the event I0001 is raised when calculating the value for the target field segment ID. The calculation is done by calling a mapping rule getCustomerSegmentID. The event is fired if this rule raises a not found flag. Looking at the rule getCustomerSegmentID, we see that this is a lookup rule, using its input parameters to look up a row in the value set customer segment. So apparently some upstream customer segment values do not exist in the value set. For the sake of this sample, let's just modify the default value to something else. Finally, let's change the event itself, so the customers no longer will be marked as error. All done. Let's validate the mapping consistency. Check there are no validation errors, and publish the entire mapping to the engine. Jumping to the Visual Studio, I have prepared a look into the rule getCustomerSegmentID. At the moment, in the case of not found, it returns a null value. Since this is a lookup rule, it is generated automatically. So, in this instance, running the code generator automatically recreates the rule. There we are. The engine has now modified the return value to the literal 0. Now satisfied that everything is okay, let's deploy the new code to the director. That's it. The code is now built, deployed, and ready to use. Now, in the director, let's restart the runtime, causing the new code to load. We are now ready to reiterate the affected customers. Doing so is easy, by locating the event I0001 and submitting a job to iterate the customers that fired this event. Going back to the tracker, we can reload the page and see that the customers are no longer marked as error and that the event message has changed. With this short video, we hope to have illustrated just how easy and fast it is to complete an iteration. Using MIG-FX, migration iterations are typically done many times daily.